Okay. Oh, I could just do that. I like it. All right. 3. Okay, I'm going to open up the other side. The chat, as well as names. There we go. Hi, Sheena. Hi, Rob. Hey, Shanice. Gio, good to see you. Alex, hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you this evening, ladies and gents? I see people arriving. Jasmine, hey there. Somebody attributed to an iPhone. I'm not sure who.
I'm walking. Giovanni.
Yeah, no, Gio, I said hi to you. I know I can see your name clear. No, there's some other folks here. It's an iPhone, there's a 312, and somebody else was saying something about Milwaukee, but it's breaking up, whatever it was. Okay. Hello. Danelle. Oh, Laura, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Likewise.
Shaya, all right. It is 7:32. I'm gonna give it till 7:33 to let people trickle on in. I think we might have a few more names coming. So tell me in the chat, folks, how's everybody feeling this evening? Or tell me online or on mic. Hello, how are you? Hello, Laura.
Hey. All right. So I'm working on switching to my computer, but
all good.
I'm feeling good. I was feeling, and it's interesting because it's definitely been a lot of this going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like 1 minute I will feel on top of the world, like I can take on anything and everything. I got this. I am the master of my body and my mind. And then literally once in the same day, it was like, oh my God, everything is terrible. Why did this happen? Why was I born to this body? Like, this is awful. And now I'm back to, okay, wait, hold up. I am the master of my destiny. I'm excited because I chose this life. I chose this avatar just as I would in Sims to play a different role. This is the one that I chose, and the challenges that I come against, like that's what makes the ride a little bit more thrilling in a sense. So I am thankful and eager. Like I feel renewed, and maybe this is new moon energy hit me, but yeah, I feel great.
I've been saying to everyone that new moon energy, yes, but that solstice, that equinox energy, forgive me. Sheena, you're here to continuously check me because I've still been doing it. I even said that yesterday. I'm like, I'm so glad Sheena corrected me because I'd have been calling everything the solstice just because I'm not thinking most of the time when I say it, I'm channeling. Anywho, yeah, the equinox energy is strong. There's no question in my mind, not to be TMI, but I think we all know we do heavy sharing in here. I'm on a second period in a matter of 2 weeks. Please read my face for the joy.
That's just disrespectful.
Like, it's freaking respectful. And I'm like, I know it's release. I know it's preparation for, I'm fully synced up with the new moon now. And that was the case a long time ago. And then it switched over to the full moon. And I guess my body was like, well, and now we're going back. But I'm like, really? periods are expensive, folks, for those of us who, periods are expensive. Not to mention, really, just who could want this in their life? All right, I'm gonna have to delete all this part off this video later on. Anywho, FYI to everyone, and I'll type this in the feed. Okay. Yeah. FYI to everyone, this video will be utilized everywhere. It's going to be in the membership. It will be continually accessed by those in the membership. There will be pieces of it that will be shared on social to give people some sense of what these events actually look like. Most of the time, it's my guided meditations. And if it's anything like, I'm reading for Lorraine and it's this specific topic, I will always check in with you first to go, hey, I want to use this. Are you all right with it? But I want to make you aware so that you understand that is how a lot of this video feed from these very broad events are used so that we can get more people to the broad events. So I'm actually going to start with some fodder and a couple of pieces of information, and then I'm going to get into the actual ceremony itself. Oh, there's already a candle lit. All right, perfect. Actually, I'm going to start with, did I just freeze? Did I just freeze, y'all? No. Okay. I'm actually going to start with the most important part, where I am in the country. Just in Georgia. I am actually at Rob Warmack's house. I am now calling this the spiritual. I haven't quite coined the phrase, like exactly what the term's going to be, but it's basically like a spiritual Airbnb. Like even before I got here, I was already ready to give it 5 stars and like a real good write-up because I could just tell I was going to be well taken care of. It has not disappointed. Even the dog has salmon from the freezer. I mean, really? That's a pretty good deal. Anywho, I'm here for a little respite. For those of you that I'm close to, I have lots going on at home, especially with my aging parents. And it did not occur to me until recently. I don't think I've left my house for any significant period of time since pre-COVID. Let that sink in for a minute. Yeah, because I'm a girl who travels. So I'm like, oh my God, no wonder I'm crawling the walls and losing my mind here. Anywho, much better now since I have been on vacation here at the Airbnb for the spiritual folks. No, it's the helpers help. Ooh, I like that. We should put that in the Google search. The helpers help. He's not amused. Anyway, so we're going to do a couple of things tonight. We're going to do a little breath work. We're, of course, going to do a guided meditation. We are going to write a couple of things down. So for those of you who work with me regularly, or if you work with me ever, and this is just habit, if you got a journal, go grab it so that we all can, you know what I mean? So you can get ahead of that in advance, because you're going to see things, you're going to get information, and I want you to be able to jot it down quickly, because that's when the data is fresh is when it's accurate. That's when it's authentic. A lot of us, 10, 15 minutes after the fact, or after we're done with the ceremony, we come back and go, now, what was that thing? Our mind will have totally changed what that thing was into something else. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the membership. The membership. For those of you, again, that I talk to regularly in the background, you're like, oh, finally, it only took you like 25 months. Anywho, the Ascension Project, the membership, it is part live events like this. So this is a part of the membership, eclipse events, new moons, full moons, all kinds of things, ceremonies when we need to call it, like we have a lot of planet changes happening this month in particular, right? We have all the planets are going forward, and we have some that are like big boy planets like Saturn that are moving into new signs. Uranus moving into new signs. So because of this, sometimes we create ceremonies around that. I'm a big believer that you should always do ceremony around the solstice and equinox, just because it's important marker points for our real natural cycle. I have no doubt that's why my body has decided to sync up accordingly. What else is available in there? There is coursework for all of your chakras. Laura has actually had the chance to view and watch and do the chakra intensive live with me. I can't remember who else was there right now, but nonetheless, it's really a cleanse, recalibrate, activate each one of your chakras. And the jumpstart to intuitive development or the jumpstart to psychic development is also available in this membership in the Ascension Project. It is only $7 a month, folks. You get a lot of access to me. There's going to be a lot of group activities going on. There's going to be some awesome freaking chats coming. For those of you who know me well, you know I am a Marvel girl. I love superhero everything, anything that points us to aliens, the godship within all of us, however they paint it. I feel like I'm supposed to mention this to you right now, folks. Apple TV, is it Apple TV with what is the guy's name who was in 12 Years a Slave? Help me, please. And also pronounce his name right, but I can't even hear how it's pronounced. Unmute yourself, hon.
Sorry, man. David, well, dang it. See, mess it up.
Is his first name? Yes. Okay, yes, that's him. He is in what is it? The Man Who Fell from Earth, I think, on Apple TV. I'd have to look up to make sure that that's the actual title. It was phenomenal. He's an alien, basically. He's left his family on this planet, come here, and they're showing this story, playing it out in very current times, kind of. It's awesome. It's amazing. It's gripping. The person that he finds here is Naomi. I can't think of her last name. Again, help me, folks. She was in the movie with Dwayne Johnson and the giant gorilla running around. Black girl. She's European, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, the two of them are in the movie. She's the scientist in the movie that he finds. She's like a physicist. And it's this just brilliant dynamic that plays out because basically he's bringing us nuclear fission, essentially. And it saves them and us. Anyway, long and short of it, it's so freaking good. It is so freaking good. Hang on one sec. I'm going back up just this. Oh, wow. You typed to like 10 people in one. I'm like, what? Oh, Catherine and Kia. That's right. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's exactly who it was. Thank you so much. Man, Laura, you are just on it tonight, aren't you, girl? Okay. The helpers help. Yeah. That's you know how your house comes up sometimes on your Google search and people have named it kind of like they do with their Wi-Fi. He hasn't looked real enthusiastic about it. I'll try it again next week. Let's see what he says. Anywho. All right. So I'm just reading up in the feed really quick before we actually get started with the formal stuff. Because I missed something, I'm sure of it. Oh, Janelle, this week has not been linear at all. Yesterday was extremely high. Okay, so you're describing what other people are describing, where we all feel like we're on a little bit of a seesaw, like struggling to find balance. I feel like I want to incorporate this in the guided meditation too now, but I'm going to make a suggestion to all of you. I'm just throwing it out as a suggestion in where I am in my spiritual walk and what I'm learning in my spiritual walk. What if the extremes are the balance? I mean, if you think about two scales, right? Libras will really appreciate this one. If I have two scales, right, and I sit a giant rock on one, it's going way down. When you think about things in terms of shadow and light, right, that's essentially what we're doing all the time. For some of us, it's more extreme than others, right? Depending on our personality, our astrology makeup, what our tolerances are. I know for me, I'm at a low tolerance for everything. Like, oh, all of it has me in, like, oh my goodness, can I handle this? Almost like I'm relearning how to be human. I've actually said that to Rob several times this week. I feel like I'm learning again how to be a human right now. Almost as though, stay with me, folks, let's have a little fun here. Almost as though we've been in a blip. Again, for those of you who follow my Marvel, you know what I mean? And this is in everything. They aren't the only people referring to the blip. I believe that we've been through the blip, in fact, and a lot of us are now coming out of the other side of it. Many of us, most of us, in fact, have reached another elevation, another place in our spiritual understanding, our soul understanding of what we are, who we are, how we're supposed to be here, what's really happening to us. And within that, there is a little bit of a transition, a lot. They're going, don't downplay this for them. Like they need to hear it just the way it is. Okay, let's get there then. It's as if we've been through a shift. If we were all, let's say, aliens that were moving to, a new dimension or a new body, after that occurs, we have to learn this whole new being, even if it looks the same. Still, we're having to learn how to walk again, kind of like babies. I have a puppy somewhere around me here. I don't see him right now, but nonetheless, he's always making my point. They're very unpredictable, like toddlers, but we're exploring the world and getting to know like what's really out there all over again through a new prism. And the new prism is our elevated understanding of self. We're all reaching, I mean, a lot of y'all I talk to on a very consistent basis. Heather, Alex, Lorraine, I talk to you guys, you know what I mean? Whether it's in council, whether it's in sessions, or just occasionally, on Messenger or something, I talk to you all enough to know this is happening to everybody, to Laura. I mean, this is happening. This is a very real thing. We have already transitioned and gone through several elevations. For those of you who visit me in Clubhouse, you already know I have been talking a lot about the solar flares that happen in January in particular, in between the 8th and the 12th, roughly, give or take. That was a supercharge. That first of all, anytime you hear people say the words X class or X level solar flares, just again, stay with me here for my Marvel fans. X-Men, right? Like there's something to the X gene is the activation point for Jean Grey and all of these other people, and the superhero qualities that they have. They're telling you something in that information. And again, I know a lot of the time people come into like bigger events that I have and go, is she talking to me? You wouldn't be here if I wasn't talking to you. There's no way you would be attracted to me at this point in my walk if you weren't a starseed. Period. You don't have to think about that another second. I promise you, if you're here, you're a starseed, because the sheer energy that I'm emitting the whole time that we're talking, only starseeds are really going to be able to absorb this and take it in, you know what I mean, and integrate it and make it a part of your world. So I won't kiki any longer. We're gonna get started, right? Okay, give me one sec here. I'm just reading down a little bit further. Oh, wow. Yeah, Rob and I went out to the river. We did some big work today, and we're going to do more tomorrow. To that end, I am offering remote healings for this period between the equinox and the new moon. So if you are wanting remote healing, then check in with me, and I will be glad to add you to the list for a very low cost. I want people to get the healing more than I do you to make an appointment with me, because we are in the one thing I'm learning, and sometimes I'm learning this the hard way, quite frankly. The one thing I'm really coming to understand, you've heard me say this, but my human, I'm going to start phrasing things that way. My human is coming to understand this a bit better. Everything right now is energetic. Energy is first, last, and everything in between. Don't get me wrong. The logic comes in there, the physical action, all the stuff, but everything is energetic first. So for those of you, and I know some of you I have talked to about this personally, but for those of you who have your shop that you go to, to get the roots for your altar, these kinds of things, our ancestors are very, very busy right now. Some of you have heard me say this before as well. I've said our grandmothers are all just arm in arm waiting for us to do the stuff here to activate that energy between all of us. But they are very much, I'm getting a salute from my teacher over here. We are very much in the throes of an era where energy matters more than anything else. And I'm not saying we don't get to do the human parts. We do. We're going to do all of those parts, but the energy matters more than anything else, meaning your intention, your words, and also the ceremony that you put behind it. For those of you who grew up Catholic, you grew up lighting candles in the church. The one thing that Catholicism is rich in is ritual. You know what I mean? Like my mentor is a Catholic, and everything she does is really ritual. She's really actually who taught me that. keep those things in mind right now. Light a candle when you're feeling like you're off, and set your intentions. Quiet matters more than anything else. And I know that might sound strange for those of you who have super busy lives, or, you know what I mean, you're still going to a 9 to 5 daily. It's like, quiet where, when? Something I have been picking up on with my own clients quite a bit in the last few months is every time I talk to them, they're in the middle of like a lot of stuff. You know, there's a lot of hubbub. And what they need more than anything else, obviously there's other parts that they need, but what they need more than anything else is literally to just stop moving for a second. Like, everybody pause and let's just take a breath. I am finding my clients need that more than they need anything else from me, which is fascinating. But I'm realizing how often we're not stopping just to catch a breath and allow ourselves to recalibrate. Everything is energy. So you allowing yourself to recalibrate allows your energy to then align with what's actually going on around you, or kick it all to the curb because it's completely unaligned with you. Either way, it's for your best and highest good. All right. So since I mentioned the breath, let's go ahead and get started. It's 7:51. This is the part where I introduce myself and pretend like we just met, like right now. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Equinox and New Moon celebration. In the next 45 minutes or so, we're going to do a guided meditation. We're going to get to the stuff that you love, the stuff that you're trying to create in your life, and we're going to give you all kinds of triggers to bring that forward. I'm going to start a challenge with you for our spring cleanse. Some of it's going to be your house, some of it's going to be your mind, some of it is going to be your soul. All of it is going to be for the good of you, I promise. Okay. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? Like about what we're doing today?
Not
Anybody
about what
have any
we're
questions?
doing, but is your video pinned or are you spotlighted so that you were the only one who shows up instead of the whole gallery?
Thank you. I couldn't figure out why that changed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I should start over with the intro, but I'm not going to. All right. So my name is Asaki Kai for anybody who's in the room who doesn't already know me. My claim to fame is psychic ability and teaching psychic ability. I am a clinical hypnotherapist. I call myself a spiritual alchemist, kind of a jack of all trades. I am dually trained as a Reiki master. And I'm telling you all these things because all of them are all at play while we're in this room tonight. So you will get healing while we are doing the guided meditation. You will get healing the entire time I'm talking. Part of my gift is being able to move the energy literally, quite literally through my mouth. You will also get the chance to reset your nervous system. As I mentioned before, the one thing I'm noticing about my clients that they need the most right now is stillness. It's just a moment where they can go, it's a heavy reset when you allow yourself to exhale and let all the air out of your body. Forgive me for sounding like I have the sniffles. It is allergy season. It is Georgia, and we went to the park today. So, and I did not bring cough drops downstairs nonetheless. All right, so we're actually going to get started exactly where I just said, with the breath. And what I'm going to do is super easy. A lot of you have already done it, probably a billion times, some of you. We're going to take some deep breaths together and calibrate our energy. All that means for you is I want you to breathe in through your nose, take in all the oxygen in your lungs, in your diaphragm that you can. You're going to hold it for just a moment, and then you're going to breathe out through your mouth, letting, again, all the air out of your diaphragm, out of your lungs. It is very important that both are done slowly. We tend to breathe very quickly because we're in a very anxious, emotive kind of world that requires us to constantly be moving. But these are the moments that I want you to really just get quiet. Allow yourself to breathe. For those of you who've never done this before, put your feet firmly on the floor. That's grounding. Let your arms fall by your side. So if you have me on a laptop or a tablet, just take your hands off it. If you're on the phone, just let it sit down, because seeing me is not nearly as important as hearing me. All right. So let's take our first breath together. Breathe in through your nose. Take in all the oxygen that you can. Pause for just a moment. Breathe out through your mouth nice and slowly. Letting all the air leave your body. Let's do that again. Breathe in. Hold for a moment. And breathe out. Good. Good. One more time. Breathe in. Nice and slow. Take all the air you can into your body. And breathe out through your mouth, nice and slow. One more time for good measure. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay. I want everyone to tell me how you feel right now. Tell me in words. Tell me in the chat. Do you feel the reset? It only takes 3 deep breaths to reset your nervous system. For those of you who may be in the place of feeling anxious, it's a great way to calm yourself down. It takes less than 30 seconds. It is also the place you want to go to when you can't make decisions, or when you feel like you're kind of all over the place, or nothing seems solid or cemented. Just allow yourself 3 deep breaths. You'd be amazed how many things come afterwards, like clarity, calm in your body. That's a big deal. For those of you who may be facing any sort of health issues, whether it is allergies, blood pressure, anything you can think of in between, the breath is all, because it is affecting you on a cellular level. It is affecting anything that is negative in the body. It is being affected by the breath. So the more oxygen you're taking in, right? The more your lungs are benefiting, the more your heart is benefiting, and most certainly the more your brain is benefiting. We're not a strong breathing society, and a lot of the time, because a good deal of our society is very trauma related and not very trauma informed, a lot of us aren't breathing. A lot of the time we aren't breathing, and many people with especially significant trauma don't even know that it's a thing they're doing, because holding your breath or not breathing in moments has become so commonplace that you don't know that you're not breathing all the time. I mean, come on, folks, water is life, but without the breath, we only got about 4 or 5 minutes and then we're in trouble, right? We literally cannot function without it. So to be in such a mental state, right? Or to have things buried so deeply that you're not aware that you're not even breathing, that's a big deal. So I'm going to encourage all of you, first assignment for the evening, write this down somewhere. Create a reminder in your phone. Maybe it's once an hour. Maybe it's only once a day, and that's all you need to remember to go into yourself. In other words, pause and breathe. For those of you who do go to a 9 to 5, especially if you physically go into an office, I strongly encourage you to put those reminders in more than once throughout the day, because when we're in environments, that we can't control fully, right? It's not your home, it's not your family, that kind of thing. Anytime we're in those environments, we're really in a very different kind of energy. And because we're starseeds, sometimes that can feel a little negating. So again, I just encourage all of you to remember what we did here. Super easy, right? Count up for 8, hold it for a second, count down for 8, in through your nose, out through your mouth. If for any reason you forget, listen to music and just follow the natural rhythm of it and breathe along with it. You'll figure out the rest. Even if you were to forget those components, you won't. In through the nose, out through the mouth. This is really meant to be a stress reliever. And it is also meant for, on a spiritual side, to be the recalibration of that sometimes confused energy. I've heard several of you say, I see in the feed, and I heard a couple people say on the mic, I feel like I'm imbalanced. I'm just up and down. I'm all over the place. And in those imbalanced moments, sorry, I thought I froze again. In those imbalanced moments, our job is to pause just long enough to take the deep breath and go, oh, okay, this is not as serious as I think it is, or it doesn't need to be as stressful as I'm making it. Let me just recalibrate. Wonderful. Oh, Jen, I love that. My daughter feels happy. I saw the top of her head. And I'm going, oh, we have little people, little people. I love it when we have little people here. Okay. Oh, Laura, I feel my body relaxing. Okay, very nice, people. Very, very good. Okay, Kim, I hope the tech thing is working out by now. I hope that is the case, because that's a few minutes ago. Okay. She identifies as a star seed. Oh, of course she does. That's why she's here. That's exactly why she's on camera. We've had some babies that have really kind of grown up with us. I know Sheena's in the room. Although I can't see her on screen right now, but Sheena's children have all been on camera with us. Lorraine's children, who are adults, but still, Lorraine's children have also been on camera with us many, many times. I love to see families come, because that means that everybody's on the ascension train together. There's nothing more magical than that. Hi, Kimberly Brown. I'm just seeing some additional names that are in here that I didn't know. Toya's here. Hi, cousin. Is that our Shanice that's in here, or somebody else? I don't know, because I have a client, Shanice, too. Hi, Kathleen. I'm just saying hello to folks that I missed before. All the folks with the iPhones or the digital sign on, the numbers, phone numbers. Hello, everyone. Alicia, hello, my darling. Ariel is here. All right, all right, all right. All right, beautiful. Okay. So, of course, you all know, after all the breathing, what we're going into next, right? We're going to do our guided meditation. Now, keep your journal close, keep your pen close too, because it's going to give you a couple of nuggets that I want you to be able to write down right afterwards. And that's why I told you to grab your journal in the first place, so that you can keep this information. Keeping in mind that we are officially into the start of spring. And that's going to be the theme of this guided meditation. This is the start of the new year. My focus is going to be very much on what you want to create for the year. You know, the thing that we all do on the 30th and the 31st, and everybody's like, get your vision boards out, and you do all the things. And I've heard this from a lot of you and a lot of other people. And then for 2 months, it feels like you're stewing. Like, why doesn't this feel like it's starting? Or I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's really going anywhere. That's because it starts now. Don't get me wrong, it's great that we start the process early in the winter, right after the winter solstice. We immediately go into the celebration mode, even though that part is a little premature, but still it sets us on the pace of asking the question, what do I want? What am I trying to create for myself? What matters to me? What matters to me right now? What is it that's missing that I either don't think I can have, don't believe is I'm valuable enough for, whatever the reason. Oh, Angus is here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Angus is literally our baby, y'all. This is wonderful. Okay, so again, in the guided meditation, you're going to see some things, some reveals that are going to express to you what's in your heart. Now, I'm going to say a thing here, and many of you who've worked with me before, you've heard me talk like this. I love that you want the BMW. That's very exciting. That's not really the data we're after. That's a part of the picture that says, look, mama, we made it. It's not what I'm looking for. Tonight, I want you to go deep down to the soul level, and I want you to really pull out what matters to you. Maybe it's the homeless. Maybe it's feeding your family. Maybe it's about bringing everyone together under one roof for a celebration. It could be a multitude of things. Maybe it is an awesome business taking off. But I want you to dig deeper if that is the case, because we all got into businesses for very specific reasons, folks. I do this because it's a calling. I do this also because I actually want the world to be a better place. Yeah, I'm one of those people. I do this because I genuinely believe that the star seeds must communicate with one another. We are in a pivotal moment in time, and that conversation matters more than any other conversation we're having, believe it or not. This is my belief system, and therefore it is why I do what I do. You all have a why. Many of you I've read for on your why. I want you to get to that tonight. I really want you to dig to the place of what's the reason that I, like, why do I do the job that I do? Why am I in the business? Why does it matter that I own the home, that I have the things? Who's all this really for? What is all of it really for? So I won't belabor that any longer. Ah, that'll do it. I knew I had something minty around here. Altoids, almost like cough drops. Okay, that way the entire guided meditation doesn't sound like me talking through a horn. All right, folks, now we're getting to the good stuff. For all of you who haven't done this before, you may see people suddenly put on face masks, blankets, lay down completely, don't think they haven't lost their minds. Nope, this is the part where you get really, really comfortable. If you're in a chair, lean back so your back is fully supported, so your head is supported. Let your arms fall by their side. If I need to be on speaker so that you don't have to hold on to anything, do that part now. Also, if you don't want to be asleep on camera, go ahead and turn your camera off. If you are laying down, the only thing I ask is that your feet are pointing up. So in other words, you're in the upward position facing the sky. Is there anything else that I need to tell you in order to get in position? No. All right. All you need to do from this point forward for the next few minutes is just follow the sound of my voice. Allow your mind to take you wherever it wants to go. If it has nothing to do with the words that I am saying, that makes absolutely no difference. Let your mind and your soul take you to exactly where you're supposed to be. If I'm in the forest and you happen to be in the ocean, that's okay. Assume it to be perfect. Don't judge any of it. Just allow the information to come in and inform you about who you are and what you want and what's lying beneath the surface at the deep recesses of your soul that wants to come out tonight. Okay. We're going to start the same place that we left off a few minutes ago. Let's start with the breath. You may want to close your eyes at this point while you're breathing to allow your body to relax even more. I want everyone to take a very deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do that again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. Again, breathe in. And breathe out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. Keeping your eyes closed, I would like you all to see yourself at the beginning of a path walking into the woods. The path is familiar. The woods are familiar. It's a place you've been before, some place that you've communed with nature and enjoyed yourself the entire time. As if the path were calling you in You find yourself immediately taking steps forward, walking along the path, observing all that you see around yourself, the trees in full bloom, the occasional rustle of leaves as the wind breezes by, the sun in the sky, beaming light through the trees, easily seen, the light and shadows in the woods all around you, from pockets of sunlight and pockets of shade. The moss gathering around various trees as you walk along the path. Here and there, as you walk, you see patches of fresh new flowers. Some of them, the buds still unopened. The obvious signs of spring are all around you. The patches of grass smell fresh. The leaves look renewed, as if just freshly grown. The birds chirp in the distance. As you continue to walk along the path, through the trees, you notice on the other end, there's an opening at the tail end of the path. It's very bright, and you can see flowers, daffodils, lilacs, all kinds of flowers growing in tall grass. The temperature outside is perfect. The weather is crystal clear. There are clouds here and there in the sky. The sun is shining brightly. And as you walk along the path through the woods and out the other end of the trail, you are immersed into a field of flowers. Flowers are all around you, pink, yellow, lavender. The air is filled with the smell of flowers. You pluck one of the daffodils. And as you walk along through the grass, through the flowers, taking in the pungent aroma, you can hear a stream in the distance. As you touch the flowers and feel the essence of the flowers all around you, your mind starts to wander. Just like all the flowers that bloom and dare to be so bright, your mind starts to wander and dare to hope. You start to think of things that you've known, that you've wanted, that were goals previous. And as if you were talking to the sky above, you start to call them in. Call in the things that really make you smile. Call in the things that give you great joy when you think of them. Call in your hopes, your greatest desires. As you're standing there amongst all the flowers in this open field, listening to the sound of a stream in the distance, your heart, your soul, your mind's eye are calling in all of the things that truly matter to you. Some of them may already be a part of your life. Some of them may have already appeared. Some of them are things that you've put away in a box deep down inside yourself and not said aloud or not said to yourself even, as you didn't dare to dream or hope that much. Call all of those things in right now. The persons, the places, the things that truly energize you, that make you feel joyous. As you call in all of the things that make your heart soar. Maybe it's a house that accommodates your whole family. Maybe it's a farm with tiny little baby goats. Maybe it's a thriving business that serves humanity, that teaches love and goodness and kindness. Maybe it's work that helps children. Maybe it's taking care of a family member without worry or concern. Whatever it is that makes your heart flutter, that makes you feel alive when you think of it, that makes you feel like, yeah, that's the thing that really, that's what I really want. That's where I really, really, really feel hopeful. That's the thing to call in right now. As you stand in the field, noticing the air around you picks up a little every time you call something in, noticing that the birds in the distance almost seem to be cheering you on, noticing that even the clouds in the sky form shapes that align with what it is you really want, what it is that brings you joy. As you continue to hear the stream in the distance, you walk along in the field, following the sound of the trickling water. It starts to go downhill just a bit. And as you're walking downhill, the stream is now becoming visible. There's a sense of excitement. It appears from nowhere and feels almost as though this stream was supposed to be on your journey as a part of what you're calling in, as a part of what you're doing right now. As you continue to walk downhill and get closer and closer to the stream, your anticipation, your excitement for your vision begins to grow. As you get much closer to the stream, there's a little bit of dirt in front of the water. You walk out right to the water's edge as it's moving by your feet. And you begin to speak out loud to the water. As we all know, water is a moving, living, breathing conduit of source and spirit. It's always listening. It's always in flow. It is always assisting us along our journeys, big and small. And as you're standing over the small stream, you are speaking to it and telling it what you just saw in your visions, your hope for yourself. Where your mind goes when joy and excitement and hopefulness are available to you. What's meaningful to you? What are the things that you dare not say out loud anymore that you truly want for yourself and your family and your loved ones and your friends? As you think about these things right now, feet at the water's edge, you speak them into the small river. And the stream, the river takes that information and those words, just like vibrations, and carries it along out into the universe to create what you really want. It is very important that as you talk to the water, you speak in truth. The truth of what you are, who you are, what your value system is, and what really, really matters to you. As you speak your last words to the moving water and tell it, I'll call it her for the purposes of this sentence, and tell her what it is you need, what it is you value, why, what is your why, and why it really matters to you. She takes that information in, just like a data processor, moving it along, bringing it to fruition. Everyone take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth, visualizing the river for the very last time, knowing that the only thing she needs from you is cooperation. When you are ready, come back into the room, open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, so you know you're fully awake and alert. And everyone tell me really quickly in the feed or on mic, what did you see? What came in? Was there anything that showed up that surprised you or that you haven't seen in a while and go, oh, I forgot about that. I didn't even think I wanted to do that anymore. I didn't think that really mattered to me. What information came in for you? What was important to you in your mind's eye that you either didn't know about before, didn't realize was still important? What was the hope, the dream? Or the wish? Oh, Rui's there too. Yay. Anyone? Don't all talk at once now.
I'll say something real fast.
Yes.
I saw, well, one, myself just kept wanting to play in the water, which is interesting. Like it was a lot of frolicking and yeah, just like literally like swaying and like rolling around like in the water in the actual river itself. Um, but it showed me that I did want to go back and help the people who were in my industry who have lost themselves.
Mhm.
And
Little
go ahead.
known secret. I don't know if I've ever said this to you before. I actually fundamentally believe that's part of why you and I met in the first place. That very thing.
Nice.
Yeah. It's just interesting you're saying that now. Yeah. Go on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, hon.
Oh no, you're good. And I just heard I kept seeing, and it was probably because why I kept having so much fun frolicking around was that it's like this place is beautiful. This place is beautiful. They don't see it. They can't see it. Why don't they see it? I want to help them see it. and and realize that it's not a like a prison life sentence. Like this is a life experience, not a life
Right.
sentence.
Right. That's a really important thing to say right now, because I know I have certainly had plenty of phases of late of like, when are we getting off this rock? Not because I'm like suicidal, but just like, are we done with this part yet? Because I don't want to do this part anymore. And getting back to that, circling back to life as a gift. Every morning we get up, we get to start again. And a lot of the time we lose sight of that in the midst of this, what feels like imbalance, these almost over extreme ebb and flows that we have going on right now, energetically speaking, but also in our real lives. I mean, many of you have said that, a lot of up and down. So I definitely thank you for saying that. Because it's important for us to keep in mind that this is all, it's a game and we get to play it, and B, that life really is quite enjoyable if we just calm down long enough to see it. Community, this dancing in and out. I'm reading. Lord, did you want to add any more to that? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I'm journaling now.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I'm just reading some. I just lost my place, but I'm gonna go back to all of them. Uh, wow. Oh, Chip, I'm really feeling that one. I saw myself fighting Goliath and I won. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kathleen, a safe, supportive, loving environment, feeding and nurturing myself and all those I love. Oh man, I love every sound, every syllable in that. I love it. Exploring, sharing, creating, and evolving. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Alex, helping others, especially youth. I could actually hear the birds in the water. Wow, I'm so excited about that. That's awesome. The whole journey made me cry. Everything was so peaceful. That's the point. If you get nothing else out of this, my hope for everyone is always true peace in the moments of the guided meditation. Sheena, community, the dancing in and out of relationships between balance, giving, and receiving. Well, we already know you're going to be a homestead for all those things. Having a home for the kids, but also a place where I can host and support community and people of need in need of a safe landing. The ability to provide safe landing and cultivate it with others so it doesn't feel like it's all on me and I am failing. Shana, I felt every word of that because I really do understand what your sentiment is on that. And I think you already know we've certainly seen this enough for you. That's all literally on your timeline. So we know it's coming for you. Oh, Heather, Heather, I think I got this cut off halfway through. I feel like this was an extension of my time with Jen this morning. I crave to be in balance in my body, and I have greater harmony in my to have greater harmony in my life. Excuse me. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm going back down to the bottom, folks. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Ah, Heather, the ancestors are with me. My ancestors are cheering for me and urging me on. I'm going to segue here really quick. Again, if you guys are on Clubhouse with me at all, you already have heard me say this. They are with all of us. This is the era we're in. This is where I was going with everything is about energy right now. Nothing moves without the ancestors say so, because they're in charge. That doesn't mean we're not in charge. It simply means moving through that kind of energy is going to be much safer, much easier. You're going to find things manifest very quickly. And we're also in the energy of fast moving manifestations. It's very important that we are aware of that, because what we really want is actually happening a lot faster than most of us realize. And the readiness factor is huge. Hang on. Lorraine, I was in a large, bright dream beach home with the grandbabies. Oh, that makes me giggle. Running to me and grabbing me around my legs and trying to hug me. They were so happy. Oh, I'm happy they're happy too. Oh my God, I love this. Yeah, that's good stuff. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, folks, let's talk really quick about the spring cleaning challenge. I'm giving you 7 basic steps here, 7 days. If you are a part of the membership, then we'll definitely be able to chat about what your results are and some of the things that you've done. But if you're not, you certainly can message me on the side or email me in reply to the emails that you've gotten for this event, and let me know how it's going for you. There will be an email after we're done here tonight with the same instructions that I'm about to give you. This is real easy. Just jot this down. It's basically what we're cleaning out each day, 7 days, right? All right. Day number 1, we're going to clean social media. I saw this in like 4 different places today, and I'm like, that has got to be a sign from God. I don't know about the rest of you. Well, number 1, I lost a whole IG page. So my need to clean social up and make sure that I'm reachable, and also that I'm not following gunk that means nothing to me. I hear people say that a lot on Facebook, and there's something to it. Cleaning up your feed, cleaning up energies that no longer serve you, letting go of folks that just, you don't really talk to them. They're not really a part of your world right now. And if they're not bringing positive energy, then pause and go, then what are they bringing, right? So that's day 1, clean up your social media. Day 2, clean your home. In other words, your space, whether that's your car, your house, your apartment, your barn, your office, wherever you reside the most, make that space the priority, okay? And I am not suggesting to you that you have to make it a day-long project. I recognize some of you don't have a day. Even if it's 15 minutes and just putting some things in order, right? That's all cleaning. Don't overthink it. Spot it because I got it, because I'm the overthink it queen. And don't make it complicated. Just know any little piece of it that you've done, you've accomplished something. Day 3 is all about cleaning you. So for those of you who are way down the rabbit hole on the spiritual stuff, this is the day for the yoni steams and all of the internal stuff. I want for my women, take a bath, take a shower, make it thorough, and also utilize things that you haven't used. The candle you've been holding on to for a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months, or the body shampoo or the new gel that you bought and you're like, oh, I haven't used that yet, or some fantastic new lotion, or maybe it's not new at all, but maybe it's your favorite. Day 4 is about cleaning your mind. Now, this also happens to relate back to day 1, cleaning social media. I want you to take an inventory of what you take in on that day. And I want you to make a fervent point of eliminating as much as humanly possible one of them. I'm going to give you some examples of some of the things I'm talking about. Perhaps you watch a lot of television. Television is programming. This is not necessarily in alignment with our current walk through these energies that we're in right now. I'm not telling you have to give it up altogether, but I am telling you, if TV is a regular part of your life and you're not liking the energy you're in, cut it back. Clean some of it out. Get rid of things that fill your mind, body, and soul with nefarious energies or ideas. I won't go into detail on some of the things that I'm thinking right off the rip, but if there's blood and gore in it all the time, and that makes it acceptable, right? Consider, do I want to be taking this in? Maybe not. Maybe not. The radio, especially for people who actually commute, you'd be amazed the things you're taking in, you know what I mean, subconsciously in the morning, in the evenings, just listen to your favorite radio program. Ask yourself, is this feeding me? And is it feeding my higher self? And if not, do I need it? You can always listen to solfeggios in the car, y'all. I'm just saying. Look at the people around you. We're going to get to another part of this in a second. Look at the people around you, and are they feeding in good, or is this where I'm always experiencing negative emotions, negative feelings, not the right person to be around? And also, what is their influence over you? This is simply an evaluation day, folks, day 4. I do want you to be looking at, what can I take away that may not be fueling my life with the positive energy? But you don't have to make any drastic changes right away. But if you do, you will definitely get gold stars and points for that. Day 5. We're already at it. Clean your circles. All I can hear is this song by Future. Keep your squares about your circle. You're looking at your people, your family, your friends. Folks, I'm not telling you have to stop talking to your mother altogether. I'm not going to stop talking to my mom either. However, recognize the energies, right, around you, whether they're around you daily or they're only around at Thanksgiving. How do these people affect me? What do I need to do in order to engage with them? And do I have to engage with them? That's always the big one. And we often find we are self-cutters a lot of the time, starseeds. So we're so empathic. We're in the drama with folks. And you step back 5 steps and go, wait, is this about me? Is this for me? Does this benefit me in any way? And more importantly, do I need to be in the midst of this rah nonsense? Probably not. Most of the time, no. So really take a hard look at the circles around you. Folks, for some of us, that means our spiritual circle. Toxic comes in all forms. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's the folks at work, and that doesn't mean quit your job. I'm not Beyonce. I'm not telling you what to do for the summer of love. I'm just simply telling you, take a look at these, right? I used to love all my Irish mentors used to say it to me, not my monkeys, not my circus. We have to learn to take a step back sometimes and really evaluate, how does this serve me? And more importantly, am I really a part of whatever is happening? So clean your circle. Start looking at friends and family and going, who brings something in? Who takes something out? And also, again, I'm not telling you have to quit everybody cold turkey, but I am telling you this. When you're looking at these circles, start looking at who you want to move into your inner circle that does bring positive energy. And trust me, they're out there. You guys all have those people. Very often they're not the people who get the most attention, because the squeaky wheel gets the most oil, right? Okay. Day 6. I called it, I wrote it down as dirty laundry. Okay. This is where we're going to identify 5 belief systems that are blocking us, holding us, somehow keeping us at bay or away from what we want, who we want, how we want. This circles back to the guided meditation. We just told the universe and asked them to bring in the data, the information on the things that really speak to our soul. Now on day 6, you're really asking yourself the question, what do I believe deep down? What are my belief systems that keep this at bay, especially if it's something that you have had out there in the ether for a really long time? What keeps this at bay? What is it about me? Not blaming you, simply doing some self-evaluating, right? What is it about me, or what is it that I believe that doesn't allow this thing into my planet, even though I say I want it all the time? Now, there's one of a few answers there. I don't really want it that bad. I'm lying to myself. That's sometimes a thing. B, I believe that if I cross a threshold of X amount of dollars, that these problems come with it. Or I believe that, if I achieve a certain level of security or fame or name it, that X, Y, and Z are going to happen. And very often these are all bullshit rules that we made up for ourselves based on something that happened to us between the ages of 2 and 6. And we have now made it concrete, and it's not concrete. So what we're really, many of you have mentioned earlier that you felt imbalanced recently, like really wobbly and all over the place. Part of the reason why that energy is as such right now is we're all being pressed to let go of the inner child stuff. And because of that, everything feels like extremes because it's bringing up heavy emotions. It's bringing up old stuff that we're like, I can't believe I'm still actually thinking about this. This happened when I was 3 and I'm 25. And why are we still talking about this incident? Because that was a long time ago. Here's the thing. Your mind does not know the difference between a long time ago and 2 days ago. That's how trauma works. So your body is still responding accordingly, and the habits that you've built around it are now your rules that you've built around whatever occurrence may have happened that made you believe what you currently believe. I know it kind of sounds like I'm talking cyclically, but I think most of you are tracking with me. Let me know if you're not. So we're going to identify the belief systems that are holding us back. Sometimes it's about money. Sometimes it's about food. Sometimes it's about family. That's a big one for pretty much everybody. Sometimes it's about your energy levels. I tell myself a lot of the time that I have no energy, and sometimes I have more energy than I say. Also, I lie to myself about having energy. Sometimes I think I have a lot more energy than I really do. Balance, right? Haha. But admitting both of these ends really helps me get honest with myself about, okay, this is how much sugar you got in the tank today. This is what we likely can achieve. I have no doubt Rob is watching all of it play out going, oh, she's slightly neurotic, but this is interesting, watching her get to the tail end of these things and discover herself. I'm sure it is. Day 7 is about the big vision. So much like you did in the guided meditation, yes, everybody will have access to the guided meditation within 24 hours of this guided meditation. The big vision, I want you to write down 7 things, 7 that you want to create in your present life, 7 things that you want to see come to fruition before this year is over. I don't mean the year 2023. I mean before the next spring equinox. All right. We're doing this on natural years, not calendar years. Gregorian, who? We don't know them. Okay. Anybody have any questions about the challenge? All right. So last but not least, folks. Yes, go ahead. Sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Was it the 7 things that I want to create in my life and then 7 more things that I want to create this year, or the 7 things I want to create in my life for this year?
For this year. Exactly. Yeah, sorry. Thank you.
How are we keeping each other accountable, just ourselves? Like, how are we going to check in with each other? Like, how are we?
If you are joining the membership, yes, we'll be keeping each other accountable. If
Okay.
you are not in the membership, you can definitely email me, let me know your progress. And you also can post it within the Ascension Project Facebook group, which I will put the link up shortly to add yourself to that. To that end, actually, let me just go right ahead and mention the membership again. Folks, ceremonies like this, new moons, full moons, any major transits where we really need to kind of get together and go, okay, this is what's happening, this is what we need to create. Energetic updates. We're going to add astrology and some numerology at a certain point. There's coursework, there's a full intensive for your chakras to realign, open them up, activate them fully, as well as the jumpstart to intuitive development, the jumpstart to psychic development, which is a very short answer to getting psychic answers yourself. So in other words, it's a very quick workshop that literally shows you how to go in and pull the answers from the universe yourself. This is all on offer in the Ascension Project membership, which is $7 a month. Yeah. The link, Rob has been a soldier all night. The link is already posted. I'm going to do the same thing. And this is where, again, if you're not in the membership, that's still do the challenge. Email me, let me know what's happening. But if you're in the membership, we're going to be actively discussing what happens, what you figured out about yourself, on day 2 when you clean out your home and car and find the poop that the dog left under the bed a week ago. True story. Those of you who know me, well, I have a new puppy. Yeah, the dog poops everywhere. I'm no master of universe on this one. Training a dog is not easy work. Anywho, but as you clean yourself, as you clean your mind, as you clean your social media, cleaning social media can be really fun sometimes, folks, because when you eliminate a lot of the fodder and the noise and your feed starts to clean up, it feels better. It just does. It feels energized. It feels good again. It's like, yeah, this is the stuff I want to see. I don't care anything about politics. Like, it's all a game. Who cares? I'm just looking to make sure I didn't forget anything else major. All right, no, I did not. Hang on one sec. I'm going to post the link to the membership, and hopefully I will see you all in there on Wednesday. Within the membership, there will be a psychic circle. So I'll be answering psychic questions on Wednesday evening. Wednesday is the 22nd, right? So on Wednesday, on Wednesday, March 22nd, at 7:30 p.m., we will have a psychic circle where I'll be answering questions. You know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking, let me also, can I put that in there? Hold, please. Just looking to see if I can actually add this. Actually, let me tell you exactly what the activities are for the remainder of March. There's going to be 2 psychic circles. Even though there's only 1 guaranteed per month, I have a bonus psychic circle in there. So there'll be 2 opportunities to ask psychic questions. There's going to be a live channeled Q&A. So for those of you who have worked with me, there's live questions, and then there's channeled questions that are actually answering questions about the curriculum. So that will be your opportunity to ask questions about the chakra series as well as psychic development. So all those questions that everybody comes up with as far as like, what are my abilities and how do I know this is a thing? And is this really what's happening to me? And why am I waking up between 3 and 5? This is where all those answers come out. On Monday, March 27th, we are going to start the Drink Your Water, Create the Flow Challenge. It's all about bringing spirit further into your life through drinking enough water, people. Water creates flow in the body, in the river, any place, in the ocean, any place that you go. So we're going to utilize the simplest of tools, water. And since I know everybody's going to be focused on the spring and cleaning yourselves out, this is all working in theme with that. We're going to do a full month challenge. My goal, ladies and gents, is going to be 2 gallons a day. Stay with me, stay tuned while I tell you all about the trips to the bathroom. As I mentioned, there's a bonus psychic circle. So on Thursday, March 30th, there will be another psychic circle offered. And then there will be a 1-day sale on Friday where you will have access to things that are not accessible really to the public. Okay, does anybody have any questions about anything I just rattled off? And obviously the schedule for April will be posted within the membership, so you'll be able to see all of those things again. When's the new moon ceremony, the full moon ceremony, all the good stuff that we do all the time. My current beverage of maple water. I need more information. Maple water? Maple water. What is that? What does that mean? It sounds like it's sweet water, but is it coming from the trees directly? Mother, oh, you need this water challenge. Hilarious. Oh my God. Lorraine, I love that your kids are here and just, pointing you right in the direction. Okay, you're already in. You're already signed up. Fabulous, people. Can we include email clearing in the social media part? Absolutely, 1000%. And I encourage you to do so. I was trying to keep it light, but girl, if you're going through emails, can you do mine next? I'm just kidding. I'm not really totally kidding. Anyway, yes, that's a great idea. Anything digital, just go through and clean it all up. I know for me, I've got emails that, date back 17 years and they still haven't been opened. And even the email addresses that I swore I was never going to bog down in spam, they're all getting spam now. So anywho, it is what it is. Okay, I'm just reading real quick, you guys. I was just saying to myself that I needed to find a group or collective. That part, that's what this really is about. And I want to be clear on why I'm really creating this membership. I'm building an army, folks. For those of you who've been rocking with me for a while, you already know this. My goal is to find us, the star seeds. We have to have places to gather that are just us, where we can commune with one another. When you have a strange night or when the solar flares are up and you're like, oh my God, what is happening to me? You need a community that you can talk to about that. You can't really walk in the grocery store or Target and start talking about, your dead mother who you talk to all the time. Some people are going to think you're weird. Here, no, not so much. In fact, we strongly encourage that kind of conversation. Talking about aliens and what's happening in Marvel movies and all of these things. This is all going to be a part of the membership because it is the safety zone for all of us, whether you are a practitioner or whether you are just starting on this journey. This is the place, the hub for all of us to meet and have like-minded conversation because there's a lot going on out there. And I already know we all want to talk about it. So we might as well have a place to meet so that we can do that, right? That's what this membership is all about. Okay, hang on. Okay, Sheena, Lorraine, Jen Marie. Say that I'm not sure that I understand that question. Recordings available for membership if not able to. Oh, yes. Sorry. I had to say it really slow in my head am I seeing that right? Yes. All of the recordings will be available and a lot of other recordings are going to be available within the membership. A lot of the Clubhouse stuff is going to be available there. As I'm moving through all of these recordings, I'm going to create PDFs for them so you can see there's lessons in anytime that we gather like this, there's lessons. And what is for one, you've heard me say this in Clubhouse, is for all. So just like I said tonight, there's always a theme, right? And it's usually something that's happening to all of us or the majority of us. It was balance, people are feeling really up and down and wavy, like the energy's all over the place. So that tells me and the collective of the room, you're not alone, right? It's happening to all of us that way. I have literally labeled myself bipolar several times in the last few months. I'm not. I mean, I know a lot of therapists. I've been diagnosed on everything. I'm good, but still doesn't mean it doesn't feel that way, right? It feels very much like I'm a wee bit on the bipolar side. Like one day it's just joy and bliss. And 2 days later, I'm like, why? I don't understand. Really, this is where I live now. I'm also keenly aware that I'm an empath, that we feel everything that is happening on this planet. And there are massive shifts happening on the planet, astrologically speaking, energetically speaking, ritual wise. We'll get into that when we're in the membership. But my point being, it's not abnormal at all for us all to be feeling that way, but we think it is because we're so used to this kind of plateaued feeling that we've had for such a very long time, which was also an illusion, by the way, folks. I drink distilled to flush me out. Yeah, I'm gonna go spring and alkaline for sure to keep doing the exact same thing. Girl, she said, I cleared out emails from 2011. I'm almost afraid to go back all the way and see how far they go. I don't want to know. No, you can't feel like a freak here. You really can't. I mean, the mottos that are now on magnets and pins and soon on t-shirts, folks, is you're not crazy. You're just psychic. There's a difference. And the difference is we're plugged in and we're tapped into information and energy that a lot of other people have not experienced yet. And part of the reason why we get to go through all the crazy parts and feel a little bipolar is because there's going to be waves of people coming after us who are like, I don't know what's happening. The world is on fire and I'm pretty sure I'm losing my mind. And you're going to be standing there wherever they are and go, you're not crazy. You're just psychic. Come on in. And just the same way we've all been welcomed into these circles and explained to the way we needed to be explained to. No, you haven't lost your mind. This is just the massive energetic shift that we are all experiencing as a society, as a collective, as a planet, and as star seeds. And it really is okay. And we're all going to be very, very, very much fine. Hi, Michelle. Michelle Peinado is here. Alex, I've been deleting emails since January. Ooh, I'm so proud of you. I mean, really, I'm very, very proud of you. This gives me like, okay, the email thing was a sign from y'all that a thing I needed to do. So thank you for that. And also not thank you for that. I'm glad my sister friend led me to you. Oh, so am I. My unread, yeah, I don't like, even on my phone right now, my unread texts are 2,150. 99% of it is spam. Whatever, it's all good. I was going to share what came up in my meditation, but I was in a sandstorm like the movie Dune. Oh, I'm so glad you typed this up, girl. This is fascinating. And I wasn't sure if that was my reality or is a fantasy like a movie set. I'm not sure what that was showing me about what matters to me deep down. So I'm going to say a thing here, and everybody just stay with me for a quick sec. We are in the multiverse. Again, if you're in Clubhouse regularly, you've heard me say this already. We are now in the multiverse. So if you watch Marvel movies at all, we're past the end game, right? When Doctor Strange is like, okay, we're in the end game. This is it. We're now past that point. We're into the second stage of Doctor Strange. So we are in the multiverse, meaning we are interdimensional all the time. I see things run by me that I'm certain no other human being sees around me all the time. I know not to question these things because I've had such significant experiences in rainforest and places, that are far, far away from here. And I've had it confirmed so many different ways for such a very long period that I know all of it is real. But to be abundantly clear, you may see a pterodactyl at some point. Just stay calm. Everything's fine. It is probably not going to chase you. I make no guarantees, just for legal purposes, but it is not likely to chase you home. You may see people in your mind's eye or in your side or peripheral vision and go, I swear so-and-so was right there. They were. As insane as that may sound, even if you call them on a phone and they're in Chicago and you're in New York, it doesn't matter. They were there. You're going to find more and more telepathically you're speaking to people. And you're also going to find when you pick up a phone, you remember back in the day, people would say, well, like if you pick up a phone and so-and-so is calling at the very same time that you pick it up to dial them, obviously you were both thinking about one another. You're going to get a lot more congruence of information this year and next year and onward, that we are often on each other's minds. We are often in each other's thoughts. And the universe is going to start confirming this telepathic connection that we all have with one another, especially as starseeds. Am I making sense, folks? All right. Yeah, I feel like the Dune was a very specific message, honey. Janelle, I am talking to you. I feel like the Dune, the movie itself, was a very specific message, and I feel like it's a message about who you really are. Their words are, it's about your purpose, your overall purpose on this planet. We've touched on this actually, because they're now showing me other things that I know you and I actually talked about, I think in maybe our last session, probably, about people, places, things, investors, all kinds of stuff. We can get into more detail later on because I know you still have 2 sessions left, so we're good. Laura, they're saying there is a spaceship near Earth right now. I keep reading the little articles. It's like, there's been a mothership in our atmosphere. I'm like, oh, they're so cute how they're walking us in, y'all. It's almost boring at this point. I'm like, do something else. Drop it from the sky. I need real excitement. Like, come on, bring the good stuff. We can handle it. Not everyone, but we can handle it. So let's go. I'm sorry. I know that seemed insensitive. Yeah, I'm noticing that there's a lot more story about the possibility of aliens, about the ship that's already out there, the ships that are already out there. I've seen some interesting videos of some very odd things. I have many theories about this, but yes, the psychic spiritual gifts have been like dialed up. Yeah, and I think I mentioned this already in January between the 8th and the 12th approximately, we all got keyed up significantly energetically, meaning if you already had even a little bit of intuition, I promise you it increased at that point. Our ability to talk to one another telepathically, Michelle Paynato can tell you, she's in Canada, I'm in the States, we're both on the East Coast, but we are miles and miles away from one another. We talk telepathically regularly and then confirm it with one another by accident. So there are no accidents, but I'm saying that to say we've been doing that for a while. You're going to find you're doing it all the time. You're going to do it with your kids, you're going to do it with your animals. You're going to do it with your friends, with your family, and it will become a very normal thing. But we're in the beginning stages of that. Chip, they say, I love it. A coincidence is really the miracle in which God chooses to remain anonymous. Amen. That's all it really is, because there are no coincidences. This is all our ancestors, master chess players at work, maneuvering all the pieces to get us exactly where we're supposed to be. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And thank you to everybody who joined the membership. So I will see you in a couple of days at the Psychic Circle. You'll get all the emails and all the appropriate information. And oh, you're welcome, Jen. You're welcome. You're so welcome. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. All right, folks, I'm starting to get a little nasally again. That's my sign to get off and go have dinner. All right, ladies and gents, thank you all for coming. You've been an awesome audience. I love the participation. Thank you for all the feedback, because I'm an MG, a manifesting generator, so I get to respond to you, and that's very helpful to me in keeping the information going. You're very welcome, Chip. Good night to everyone, and stay tuned for emails. I will send an email out a little later on this evening with the 7 days to the challenge, so we all keep on track with that one. All right. I'm looking out for your next retreat. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk more about that because there's some really good stuff coming. Yes. All right, ladies and gents, take care of yourselves. Be good. Remember to breathe. Put reminders in your phone to take 3 deep breaths. All right. I love you. All of you. Good night.